You're joined by the Indian captain for today's press conference.
Captain, what would be your assessment of the entire match? Is it the lack of experience against the football which played against the Indian team on the field in the entire match?
No, I wouldn't say it's lack of experience. It is what it is. There is, when you come to Australia, you have to play a ping ball test match. There is no doubt about it. It's just that we didn't play well enough, and Australia played better cricket than us, and they won the test match. Why did we not play well? Of course, there are a lot of things that we need to look into our game, our plans, and the stuff we do during the game. Things didn't go our way, which we wanted to, but these things happen.
Collectively on day one, you said things didn't go your way. You had the best batting conditions on day one and the best bowling conditions. Was that a disappointment, the lack of execution in the first game?
Yeah, I feel so. When you come to Australia, I feel the best chance of winning a test match is by putting runs on the board. Of course, when we won the toss, we elected to bat. We knew there will be challenges with that ball, but in the past, we've done that many a times where the conditions have been little challenging, and we've batted really well to put runs on the board and then try and put pressure on the opposition. Like I said, that is the disappointing part, that we didn't bat it well enough. We probably were 30-40 runs short with the bat in the first innings, and then there were opportunities when Australia was batting, and we failed to take those chances. And obviously, when you miss those chances, it is never easy, and it's not going to be easy. The opposition will always make you pay for it, and that's what happened. And then in the second innings as well, we thought the conditions were better. Again, we were not good enough with the bat.
Rohit, before the start of this series, when he did the pre-match press conference, he said that they are not carrying any baggage from the New Zealand series. At that time, you had a gap of like 15 days or so between the two series. Now you're short turnover time before the Brisbane Test match. How, as a team, will you ensure that you guys will not carry any mental scar of this game to Brisbane?
Firstly, it's not a scar. It's just we've lost a Test match. We didn't play well enough. So it's important in this short time that we have before the next Test match, just to figure out, certain things with our own selves about, if we want to bat, how we want to bat, and if we want to bowl, what lines and what lengths and what kind of field placement we need to have. Those are the things more than anything else. Like I said, it's still 1-1. There's plenty of things left in this series still, and there's definitely a way for us to get back into the game, and we need to find that within ourselves, how we need to do that. There are a lot of individuals in that dressing room who have played a lot of cricket, won a lot of games, have come back from difficult situations in the past. So we hope that everyone stands up to that challenge and takes the team through whenever it's required.
Rohit, in terms of your batting prep leading into this series, were you happy with that? And you were the one batting in the ninth session, which is usually the toughest to bat in. So, how was it like batting? Was it different? Was it tougher? How does it look tough?
At number 6? Or
no,
batting under lights?
In the ninth session.
No, look, it is, of course, slightly different from what you usually do. With the white side screen and pink ball, it is something different. We are used to playing, in the black side screen with white ball. But again, this is what it is. When you come to Australia, you have to be mentally ready to play the Test match and be ready to bat under different situations, different conditions. It can be difficult, but that is not an excuse for any batter to say or point out. I think the conditions are there for both teams. They batted well, they got the runs. We didn't bat well enough to get enough runs, and that is where I think was the difference.
Rohit, does the downturn in India's batting form concern you in any way? Reddy's been our top scorer in 3 of the 4 innings here. We didn't really have a great series in New Zealand as well. Does it worry you in any way?
I wouldn't say worry. I mean, see, if you take the last 5 or 6 test matches out, of course, in India we didn't bat well enough. We accept that, and we agree when we play in India, we are trying to play on a very difficult conditions, and that is what we wanted. It's not by anyone else's choice. It was our choice, and we knew that the big scoring or the highest or high scoring games are not going to happen, and that is something that has been the case over the last 4 or 5 years, and we accept that. But whenever we travel abroad, the conditions are there to score runs. We have scored runs as well. Like you saw in the first game, we got a lot of runs. Batters got hundreds and stuff like that. But yeah, look, this game, I'm not going to look too much into this game and start worrying about little things. But every batter who's out there or who's playing for this team wants to get runs and wants to get big runs and get the team to good place. It's just that sometimes it happens where you're trying everything you can from your side. It just doesn't happen. And I can see guys are putting a lot of effort in their plans, in what they want to do. There has been a lot of conversation around that within the group, which is what I will be looking into. How are we planning? How are we talking within ourselves? And what are our plans, mindset while playing a test match? Guys getting out, that happens everywhere, not just in India. Every team gets out. The guys go through a bad form, and all of those things happens a lot. Not just, like I said, not in India, but everywhere else as well. So rather than looking too much into it, just our focus will be now how we can come out on top in Brisbane and try and see how we can do things better.
Well, it was a pretty spicy confrontation yesterday between Mohammad Siraj and Travis Head. What did you make of it?
It was interesting. I don't know. I was standing at the slips. I don't know what was exchanged, but two competitive teams are going at each other. These things happen. Travis was batting well. Obviously, our plan was to get him out. And on the other side, Travis wanted to try and put our bowlers under pressure. And we got the wicket. He celebrated it. There were obviously few words changed within the two of them. I exactly don't know what was said because my job is not just to look at that one incident. I'm focused on the overall picture or the overall test match. But again, I don't think we can look too much into that. When India and Australia always play, these things happen, and these are now just part of the game.
And Rohit, can you explain the reasons why you decided not to have any more open net sessions?
Sorry?
The open net sessions that you had with the public being close to the nets the other night. What was the decision?
Let's talk about the test right now. Yeah.
No, I can say it. No. No, let me say it. It's fine.
Open net session.
Oh, yeah, just interested to hear.
No, the net sessions are very private, and this was the first time ever I saw so many people during the nets. And when you're training, when you're practicing, there has been a lot of conversation that happens, and those conversations are very private. We don't want anyone to hear those conversations. It is as simple as that, because there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of talking that happens, and the crowds are very close to that practice facility. There's 5 days of Test cricket, they can come and watch us there.
Just wanted to ask another question about Siraj. Obviously you work with him as a captain quite a bit. When do you think he's at his best in terms of the temperament? Do you think he bowls better when he's fired up or when he's calm?
Yeah, I mean, he likes to get into the battle, as simple as that. It gives him success, and as a captain, it's my job, to back that aggression. Obviously, there is a fine line between that. We don't want to cross anything that can bring dispute into the game. But obviously, having a word or two with the opposition is not the bad thing, and he likes it. And that's what gets him going. In the past, we've seen so many cricket